I was born in Spain. My father was actually a captain in the Air Force. We moved around every Air Force base. It was an experience, just being everywhere. I arrived to Georgia probably when I was about 5 or 6 years old. When I got put into kindergarten, I started making those friendships. It felt good to actually call a place home and help bring out more of me.
Growing up, we traveled a lot of different countries, and so wherever we went, we always kind of stood out.
So my brother overseas was always the American, and he would get picked on. Rocks thrown, like everything you could think of. My dad saw the greatness of doing some type of martial art. He saw how well my brother was doing, and then he said, hey, if this can help him out, maybe it can help me too. The main reason my parents threw me into Taekwondo was because I was that hyper kid. Instead of just pushing me to the side, saying, let's just give him some drugs and go talk to somebody, Trying to be those active parents of, that's not the only way. Let's see if this works. Little did they know that it was gonna be one of the best things for me. They would threaten to take Taekwondo away from me. I'm in class. Yep, and A plus B equals yes, ma'am.
Step back in fighting stance. Okay, we're going to do our snap, round, and jump front snap.
The family established Barnett Taekwondo Academy 20 plus years ago.
My family is very busy. Both my parents, they wanted to have at least an hour or 2 or 3 a week to be together, and Taekwondo always provided that.
We all got our black belts in this building. I'm a 3rd degree black belt. My father is a 4th degree black belt. My brother is a 4th degree black belt. My mother's testing for her 3rd degree black belt. My daughter is a brown belt junior. My son is a green belt. What do they say? They say, don't forget who brought you to the dance, type thing. And this is definitely a part of my dance that I'm doing now. The main reason I went into wrestling was because nobody else in the family had either done it or was doing it. Seeing what my brother was doing, all these tournaments, the trophies, every other week, it seemed like he was just getting better and better. I was 11, he was 16, he's fighting adults. It gave me a drive in that wrestling world. It was like Taekwondo. Everything I didn't know I needed that I was missing, wrestling was now giving it to me.
Pretty much whatever he sets out to do, he's kind of just naturally great at it. He's an amazing dancer.
I fell in love with dance when I realized I had rhythm. As soon as I knew I could clap, my feet were going with it,
One of the things that Taekwondo teaches is good footwork. When you already kind of have that and can apply it to handstands, flips, it's incredible to see him moving.
I am the master.
After training, we would come pretty much right here and get in more training, technically. We didn't think of it as training then. It was just cardio.
When he was just wrestling, I was a bartender. He would come in and get like 2 glasses of water and go dance for 3 hours, come back and it would be soaking wet and there'd be a big wet spot on my dance floor. I had to go mop up and he would make weight.
So when I moved to Florida, I never thought I'd be a professional fighter. And so I'm in the club dancing and these guys walk up from a gym. They go, hey, you look like you have some type of martial arts experience, which I'm literally throwing Taekwondo moves out on the dance floor, but just add a little flair. Tornado kick, you do a head down like that and whip back, it's a dance move. They go, hey, there's a fighter tryout tomorrow. Would you like to do it? In 5 hours? Of course. I go to the tryout that next day, and I still only have wrestling and Taekwondo now. So I end up doing well with the stand-up portion. I land this spinning side kick, and I get the ooh, ahs, and I was like, hey, this feels good, They haven't even seen anything yet. I'm 330 pounds at this competition doing this stuff. They're looking at me like, what is going on? That guy's an alien. Shabo Bonus, my coach now, told me, don't go anywhere, you're different. 2 weeks later, I had my first professional fight, and the rest is history.
Chris Barnett, held him out.
I started thinking about fighting professionally. I thought I can actually do this, this is gonna be fun.
My relationship with Chris, we've been training together since '07. When I started helping out with the Black Zillions, Alistair Overeem was the big heavyweight at the time. We ran out of sparring partners, so I called Chris and was like, bro, I need you to come to Florida. He drove down that night. Him and Alistair became friends. He's traveled all over the world with him. But when he got the call from the UFC, super short notice for the first fight, he had 8 days, I think, was the Ben Rothwell fight.
Ben Rothwell knocked out Alistair.
Nice left hand, but down goes Overeem.
I'm literally not thinking of how I'm gonna win. I'm thinking of how I'm not gonna lose.
Martial arts has long been in the background of Chris Barnett, said it's a long time coming, and he is ready.
He knocked out Alistair, he will not knock me out. Wrong mindset right there.
You cannot let Ben just push forward and put him up against the fence.
That played such a big part in me taking that loss to Ben Rothwell in that first fight.
Ben is in control. Tap. Big Ben Rothwell.
Me getting in my own head on that 8-day notice.
Tired, he was hurt, he was beaten, and ultimately submitted.
After that loss, I got the fight in MSG.
Fighting at Madison Square Gardens is everyone's dream. So when we got the call for the UFC 268 fight, I got chills just because he was so excited.
I had a camp this time for this fight. So I'm there. I'm ready, I feel great.
I get nervous when Chris isn't like that, because if Chris isn't loose and having fun, then I know something's wrong. In the Ben Rothwell fight, he didn't dance. He just didn't feel himself. But for this fight in New York City, yeah, and it spoke for itself.
Big personality, big heart, big power, big man. 35-year-old Chris Barnett, second UFC appearance tonight.
The atmosphere. Once I felt that, that's when I knew something special was gonna happen. Once that music hit, it took off.
He gonna dance. He gonna dance on him, Joe. Look at it. There you go. That big boy can move, man. Yeah, he can.
Now I hear the crowd cheering for my dancing already. You just put me in like a safe place. Like I'm like, oh my God, they do like me. We're in the ring, me and Gian, going back and forth. I know what I'll do. I'll do some spinning stuff, and that'll get the crowd even more behind me. They start cheering again. We go into the second round. He throws that front teep kick, and I noticed he kept hitting me with it. And I noticed as he's throwing it, he doesn't shell the way you should, Taekwondo-wise. So I see it. I see the setup. If I throw a fake back foot left, step, spin, hook kick, that should land.
Chris Barnett trying to close out his first UFC win.
Oh my goodness.
Barnett!
Oh my goodness. Out of nowhere.
That spinning wheel kick will serve to effectively change his professional life forever.
Listen, he's impressive. Don't judge a book by its cover. Spinning wheel kick, flips, not a bad dancer either.
If there was a perfect story that could have been written, that was it right there. Being humble, compassionate, and everything, the tenets of Taekwondo, going off of those has helped me so much become the person that I am today and the reason I'm succeeding in MMA.
Somebody can come from a small school that is a true martial artist and can make it to the biggest fight promotion in the world. I don't think there's anything that can stop him.
Kid's got over 30 fights. He's been doing this for a while. He's more comfortable. He understands the process. I think the sky's the limit at this point. It's gonna be fun to watch.
I don't mind being the fun fighter. As we grow, I know for a fact, the potential of champion is there. The end goal is to be the best possible me I can be because I've seen that makes everybody else be the best possible them.